Do you believe in curses? I never did. But what my aunt did changed my life forever. Marta, my aunt, couldn't stand the fact that I was a lesbian. I grew up surrounded by my parents' love, but Marta always looked at me with disdain. When I finally came out to my family about my sexuality, I knew I would face judgment. But I never imagined my own aunt would use magic to try to destroy me. Want to know what happened when the witchcraft turned against her? Stay with me and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, hit the notification bell, and share this story. It all started last Christmas. My girlfriend, Juliana, and I were invited to the family dinner. I was nervous because I knew it would be the first time Marta saw me for who I really was. Since childhood, she had practiced witchcraft. She always talked about keeping the family pure, as if blood was more important than love. That night, she didn't hide her contempt. Her dark eyes followed my every move. Juliana noticed, but tried to ease the mood, smiling and being kind to everyone. After dinner, Marta approached me. Her smile was cold, and her words were sharp. "You'll pay for disgracing our family, Anna." I laughed nervously, not understanding what she meant, but something in her gaze sent a chill down my spine. I thought it was just deep-rooted prejudice, something I could ignore. However, from that night on, strange things began to happen. My hair fell out in clumps, nightmares woke me every night, and I felt dark presence constantly watching me. Juliana tried to calm me down, saying it was just a coincidence, but I knew it wasn't. I remembered the stories my grandmother used to tell about Marta, about how she always had a strange connection to the occult. Things that disappeared in her house, animals that got sick out of nowhere. Juliana didn't believe in magic, but I no longer knew what to believe. With each passing day, my health worsened. I went to the doctor, had tests done, but nothing showed up. I was slowly fading away. One night, I woke up to a sound coming from the living room. I got up, my body weak, and found Marta standing in front of a photo of Juliana and me, in her hands a small cloth doll. I knew what that meant. She was using magic to destroy me. "Do you think you'll escape?" she murmured, not looking at me. "Your life, Anna, is in my hands now." Fear consumed me. I went to her, trying to snatch the doll from her hands, but she was stronger than I ever imagined. That same night, Marta disappeared. We didn't see her for weeks. My health continued to decline, and the dark presence grew stronger. Then, a month later, I received a call from a distant hospital. Marta was admitted. Her words had become incoherent, and her body seemed to be deteriorating, as if something was draining her life. I went there, and what I saw shocked me. The strong, controlling woman I knew now looked like an empty shell, eyes lifeless. The doctors didn't know what had happened, but I did. The curse she cast on me had turned against her. The force she tried to control was greater than her hatred for me. It was as if the universe had decided to rebalance the energy. Marta was paying the price for messing with forces she didn't understand. But despite seeing her in that state, something told me this wasn't over yet. The shadow that followed me was still there. Back home, the nights continued to be haunted. It was as if, even from afar, Marta still had some power over me. I began to see shadows, hear whispers. Juliana, who had always been so skeptical, began to believe there was some truth to what was happening. "Anna, we need to find a way to end this," she said, holding my trembling hand. That's when I decided to visit an old family friend, known for her connection to the supernatural. Dona Clara, a wise woman knowledgeable in witchcraft, welcomed me into her home. She looked at me and immediately knew what was happening. Her aunt opened a portal, he said, and now, even though the spell turned against her, it's still alive in you. Only way to break it was to face Marta one last time. And that's what I did. I went to the hospital, and there, before the shadow of the woman who hated me, I forgave her. When I spoke those words, the room seemed to vibrate. Marta let out a deep sigh, and for a brief moment, her eyes came back to life. She looked at me with a mix of regret and relief, and then her body relaxed. In that moment, I knew the curse had been broken. Not because of magic, but because I had chosen forgiveness over hatred. If you like this story and want to hear more chilling tales like this, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave your like, and share it with those who love creepy stories. Remember, evil might be closer than we imagine.